Hello, everyone. My name is Dovile Daunoraviciute. I'm Learning and Development Business Partner here at Wargaming. And today I'm joined with Maksim Baryshnikov, and we will be talking about mentoring. So hello, Maksim. Nice to have you here. So my question to you would be, how do you understand mentoring? What that is?
So mentoring essentially is a process for two people discussing things, discussing situations, problems, issues. Mentor, using his own experience in a field, in a situation like that, to actually help mentee to find the right answer and establish the strong and repeatable skill in such situations. So, roughly and briefly speaking, that's how I perceive mentoring.
Awesome. Thank you. And then why do you think mentoring is very important at Wargaming?
Well, it's quite a nice tool in many different situations and many different life situations. So, and Wargame is not exception. We generate a lot of such situations as any living entity, I would say. So, why should we discard such a tool as mentoring? Well, I think we shouldn't. Yeah, thank you guys for having this. Establishing the framework, a vehicle for this tool to be widely used in wargaming. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's for knowledge sharing. And then tell me something. Have you ever been mentored before?
I was a mentor a couple of times. Well, more than a couple of times. It all started with unconsciously becoming a mentor. Well, suddenly realizing we are kind of in mentor-mentee relationship, and starting to take this more seriously. And then, it transformed into the more formal, conscious understanding, realizing that we are in a mentor-mentee relationship. And that's effectively how it started.
Fantastic. And then tell me something, if there is, of course, not confidential thing, do you have any successful stories of your mentees growing up or etc.?
Well, very often those situations become quite a intimate thing in discussion. I wouldn't be sharing too much of those, but there are situations that I'm very proud and very happy about the outcomes. Take this as my word.
Yes, as a yes answer, I have success stories, right? So I hear that from what you think and from your answers here and this conversation, I hear that it's very beneficial for mentees because they get the knowledge, they get examples and etc. from their mentors. But then what do mentors actually get from mentoring people?
Well, it's a very enriching experience for a mentor as well, because that's where you actually source more information, more life situation or work situation that build your own experience and influence your own decisions in the future. You're continuing to learn. That's essentially what it is. It's even might get in the reverse, and you're starting to learn from the mentee more than giving at the moment. But that's beneficial for both parties. So that's no question.
It's like two-way street, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's two-way street. The responsibility for a mentor, of course, is much bigger than for mentee, because he is the driver of the whole process. So everything he gives and transfers to the mentee from his knowledge, experience, skills, whatever, you need to realize that the receiving part of that, so that he or she is taking this with the higher priority, without questioning to you too much, because that might lead to rejection. And be careful what you're trying to convey, because this will be used and applied in practice, and you're as a mentor taking the responsibility for the consequences of that. So,
and then I want to touch one thing that you have just mentioned. about mentors. So what qualities does person have to have in order to be a good mentor? Is there anything specific that you think?
The number one thing is empathy. In order to be a good mentor, you kind of have to have this, because it's very often is the life situation which is impossible to actually perceive without the empathic or emotional side of things, or how different people view that situation. So empathy is very important. Another thing is ability to actually step back and not be the star of the show, and actually let the mentee be that main hero of the situation, and know when to step back and when to actually convey the package of knowledge or skill or advice, and explain why and how that's need to be meant to be used, or meant to be applied in a situation. Well, if you ever had the situation or discussion with your best friend of yours who is a little more experienced, or the older brother or sister, and sometimes it's something like this. So, and it's kind of impossible to talk to your brother if he's unwilling to actually listen or help, whatever. So empathy, ability to understand and step back or step forward with the very sharp, very crafted information for the specific situation for a specific person are two main things. The third one is, well, it's not third in priority, but it's just one of the crucial components or essential components for management. You have to have something to share, your life experience, your skills, your knowledge, and because otherwise that would become very empty. Or you have to be empathic enough to understand the person, realize, craft your knowledge in a very specific way for him. You need to know where to step back and let person process and act and decide this information. And and you have to know when to actually give that the information in the best possible way.
I'm going to piggyback on one of your statements that you said about the knowledge and the sharing knowledge. How about yourself? What knowledge could you share? What knowledge transfer could you do for those mentees who are coming to you and they're eager to learn from you?
So professionally, I'm an engineer. Throughout my career here in Wargamers and in general, with the need to actually expand the impact of what I'm doing, how I'm doing, that required soft skills in terms of organizing teams, building teams, evolving them, scaling them, because that's how you actually do more with the only two hands that you have. So, and through that way, those two things are very different in terms of what you do there and what the rules that drive those two worlds. Engineer is very logical, structured, so 1+1 is always 2, and so on. And the management or leadership, let's put it that way. Management is leadership is hard. So the leadership is something that requires complete different mindset, thinking, approach, or reaction, and so on and so forth. So I managed to actually combine those two worlds inside my profile. Now it's hard to tell who I'm more, engineer or a manager or leader. And those coexist very, very naturally. I do believe that's very useful. At the same time, is quite hard to achieve. So if you're on that path, or do you believe you're in that path, that's probably the most obvious sign that my past experience of walking that road might be useful to you.
Wow. A tremendous journey of yours. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today. I really enjoyed it. I hope the audience did as well. Thank you for joining us for this conversation. And thank you for watching us.
Thank you for having me.